Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dungeons and Nerglings. I'll be your host, Mr. Nergy, or Nergy, to my friends. Tonight we are starting against the Giants. A pre-written Tales from the Yawning portal. I don't know what the characters have in store for me, and they don't know what I have in store for them, so we'll see how they go. Let's just jump into the action. Let's give it a go-ski. Let's go. Unmute the troops.
Oh, yeah.
Unmute the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
Hello. Boys. Welcome back for another round. We all ready to get started on some giant slaying adventure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so jumping into it. This is against the Giants. So each one of you has been impacted by what's been happening of late. All settled lands, homesteads, castles, and anything in between have been the target of vicious raids by giants. Foodstuffs, skins, family and friends have all been carried off by intruders. Nothing short of an organized standing army would be able to stop them. Death and destruction is sown wherever the giants decide to strike, and whatever they don't eat, they destroy. However, the strange thing about it all is that the frequency of these raids has increased to almost daily strikes, as opposed to somewhat monthly raids. And to accompany that, giants from different steadings have been coordinated and cooperating together. This is absolutely unheard of. Never in recorded history have giants of different types worked in unison for coordinated raids. This has got to be stopped. So, members from each nearby town affected by these raids have met up and discussed the best plan of action to help put an end to these raids. The decision they came to, after much frustration and arguing back and forth amongst themselves, finally fell to this: pooling their resources and favors together to recruit some powerful folk, characters of legend, of great repute, to try and find out why this is happening and maybe to put an end to it. The nobles in each of these towns have had their vows broken, the vows that they swore to protect and provide safety for their citizens. And as such, the outcries of these towns have led to some fairly drastic change being made. Now, you guys are folk that have ascended above society in terms of how they view you. You have powerful magics at your disposal. You have strength of character, strength of physicality. You've all done countless noteworthy deeds in service of those around you. And you have been assembled from distant lands. Fast forward to now. The four of you have proven your worth in front of the Joint Council. There's some sort of robot that wants to kill me. Let me just change that one. The four of you have proven your worth in front of the Joint Council and have prepared for a journey and a mission. You have done some recon to see where the closest giants are retreating to after their raids, and you've begun to follow them back to their stronghold, attempting to keep pace. You have come to find where the steading of the hill giant chief is. You followed on horseback many days to a massive timber stronghold up in the hills, and then retreated away to regather your strength and find some respite a few miles out from the stronghold in a small cave. Now, the comings and goings of the grotesque and enormous chief is hard to pin down, as he doesn't often leave the stronghold, but when he does, you see a corpulent, ugly, and utterly massive giant that towers over the other hill giants, and you hear the words Nosra mentioned in his presence. The best you can devise is there is something exerting control over the giants, from higher up in the ordning maybe, to make them band together. Your quest is to find out what outside force may be making them do what they do, and attempting to put an end to it. Alright, so would you care to introduce yourselves in character if you can to one another? I'll put Vradoth, since you're at the front. Could you please introduce yourself? You don't need to, this isn't like backstory, just like what do you look like?
All right, so you see a yellow-skinned, older-looking kind of gentleman. Skin looks very kind of taunt and weathered. Two black kind of ponytails come side by side down his shoulders. He's got a silvered longsword at his hip. And he introduces himself as Vradoth, the Gith of his queen Vlakith.
Beautiful.
Rock on.
All right,
And what's
Aurelian.
The bat's name? The pet?
You wouldn't be able to
yeah.
see that.
Ah, right on.
But for future, his name is Zulu.
Do we
Zulu.
know he exists?
Yeah, like you've probably seen me. I speak to him in Infernal. So if anyone can speak that, they hear me giving little short commands to him.
We might
I
just
speak-
think you're a psychopath.
No, I
Oh,
speak every single language.
Yeah, and around the camp, he probably makes himself known and brings me my food and stuff. But whenever we're moving, he's invisible.
The music has
Nice.
carked again. Keep going for it, Aurelian.
Yeah. Just a sort of regular looking 5'9" man with brown hair and a beard. He's got a backpack on that looks like it's got a bunch of shelves in it, and there should be a little snake head poking out the bottom, just scoping things out. And that's Snake Plissken. Yeah, just got a shield, a sickle, and Snake Plissken's got his tail wrapped around a staff that he's holding against the pack.
Beautiful. What are you? Are you a gnome? Are you a...
No, I'm a variant human. I'm a human mark of the finding.
Okay. Cool beans. Sugo.
So Sugo, you see this hulking 7'7" of a man. That's actually not a man. He's a Goliath. Got a nice little mohawk with shaved on the sides of it, and just hair sort of wrapped around like a monk bowl. And he just introduced himself. Me, Sugo, and Dizzy. I, barbarian. I come from forest.
Didn't seem
I
grateful for my
fight.
help last time. Now going to cast sub spell. Floor is lava.
Okay, let me mute alerts.
Me, Sugo, and Dizzy. I fight in arena. Me, gladiator. Number 1. And that's it.
And then leading up the rear, we know him. We love him. It's Belchbag.
It's Belchbag. So you see what kind of just looks like a trash heap, like a walking mountain of garbage. It just sort of looks like, imagine if like a bunch of like potato peels and old wet napkins kind of came to life, and it also smells like that. So it's just, it's a sentient, little bit of sentient landfill with a goblin's head sticking out the middle. And because we know each other, this isn't the first time we've met. Like,
Yeah,
we've been tracking
you've
this
traveled a
stuff for
few
while.
Ks together.
Yeah. He goes, "Hey, listen, boys. Why are we stopping? What are we doing?"
And I'd say you are stopping because you're beginning to approach the stronghold. Where the hell
You
is
see
that?
this mechanical bat flapping around.
What's the pet's name again?
Bat Damon.
Right.
Oh my gosh! And how mechanical are we talking?
Like, 100% mechanical.
Pure, okay,
You
yeah.
kind of get the sense that it's like, sort of like advanced taxidermy in a way. Like some
Yeah,
of it
nice,
looks,
yeah, that's
some
what-
of it looks like he's got like a dead bat, and then at least part of the skeleton has been replaced with like metal bones and stuff. And then inside the chest cavity, you can see like gears and cogs and like some magical gems that look like maybe they're power sources or something, like stuff like that, all in the middle. So kind of like magic advanced taxidermy.
Very cool. I like it.
And there's lots of bugs and little worms and cockroaches and flies and stuff all crawling over and buzzing around Belchbag, that all, if you look very closely, kind of look the same. They all have this kind of vaguely mechanical look about them.
I mean, it sounds delightful.
you're a walking garbage can that attracts filth, and
Yes.
then you built mechanical filth to
Yes.
cover the filth with.
Yes.
All right.
You
good.
sort of
Just
imagine
so
if
I
you
understand.
yeah. Imagine if you crossed like Danny DeVito's The Penguin with like Oscar the Grouch, and that's
That's brilliant.
that's basically him.
Yeah, just
Bag.
generally
Bag.
repulsive on all levels.
Yes, you
Spiritual,
Correct.
emotional, and physical.
definitely.
All right. Got some sound going at least. Yeah, for some reason it forgot the path to where all the sounds are. That's really cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, screw it. I'll just play them manually for now. I'll have to have a look at that. Right, sorry about the distracted start. As always, something's gonna break. Okay, now, as you can see, I've revealed some more for you. So you're up in the mountains, up in the hills, and you've come out from your cave. You've timed your exit so that, from what you've seen, there shouldn't be any raid leaving the stronghold at this stage. So you feel like you're fairly safe to be approaching. It's just coming on dusk, and yeah. What would you like to do? Array yourselves how you would like to. Up ahead, you can.
Is that a wall above us? Like where the
Yes.
blackness is? Is that a wall?
So what you can see, yep. So what you can see there is giant logs placed together. So a log building, purely treated wood. That's all it's made of. And
Alright.
yeah, it's massive. So it's, where's my size? It's, I think it was 30 feet high to the roof. Damn it, where's my sizes? I lost them. We'll say it's 30. Oh no, wait. Yes. So at the front it varies. So where the doors are, the top of the doors are about 18 feet, and then the roof is about 20 odd, maybe higher.
Alrighty.
So yes, you can see two great doors in front of you, and it's all made of wood.
What kind of roof are we looking at?
You can't see the roof because it's like 30.
What's the weather like?
It's starting to get a little bit spitty.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so a little bit blustery up in the hills. Not much protection from the wind. But yeah, it looks to be some sort of a log affair going on the roof.
Alrighty. I'll throw this out there. I've got pass without trace. If we don't want to boot the front door in and just say Sugondese as we introduce the barbarian.
It's Sugo and Dizi.
Yeah, my pronunciation's all wrong. But
Sugar, that's like a tomato, isn't it? Are there lots of tomatoes where you're from? I didn't know tomatoes grew in jungles.
It just sounds like you're dribbling.
He is. It's extremely accurate. It's sort of like he's if you look up like say it don't spray it in the dictionary, it's just a picture of Belt's bag and it's a wet picture.
The spray on the lens for certain.
Somehow got spray on the lens of the book.
So the one thing that I will tell you, and this is out of character, is that this is obviously a giant stronghold. There will be more giants than you can handle. So stealth would be ideal here.
alright, that's good.
Reynolds, why don't you send your little invisible flippy flappy to have a look around?
In the meantime, I can get us on the roof with my rope.
You need
I
rope?
might- I'm gonna
Why don't we
send.
just fly up?
I'm gonna send Zulu to do maybe a lap of the stronghold here if I can, Ty.
Okay. So you flap him up, and basically it's quite a quite a big stronghold. It's all, fairly well kept to keep the rain out, and it's all made of logs. It's all fairly sealed up, so quite a permanent residence. And you don't see anything, no entry points or anything like that. These giants may not have chimneys, it would seem. Yeah. Zeus? No. Zulu. Zulu flippy flaps back. Nothing to report.
It appears the front door is the only logical and reasonable point of entry.
Is okay, we go door. And just like
Alrighty.
stomps off towards
Sorry.
it.
Out of character, what are we trying to just like what is the mission that they've given us?
Like investigate.
So just figure it. So is it like, do they just want us to find stuff out and come back, or is it more like
Or it was
stop
put a
them,
stop
or
to
is it stop them? Whether that involves figuring it out and convincing them, whether that involves genocide, whatever the
Yeah, it was like
More
stop
the
them
latter.
raiding
Yeah,
everything all
stop
the
the
time.
raids in whatever manner
Yep.
suits you.
Well,
Okay.
figure out why they're working together and see if you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
stop it.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so
most importantly for you, they said any treasure that you find is yours. Obviously, you're putting yourselves at massive risk to confront a stronghold full of giants. Alrighty, pass without a trace.
Well, that's rather good.
Beauty.
Very
it
nice.
doesn't actually say in this, but I think I was reading it yesterday, and it's like I can choose up to, I think it's 6 things.
Yeah.
To give it to, so yeah,
Correct.
that covers us.
Sweet. Alright, so you cast pass without a trace. So if you're all
what are
going
these things up
stealth,
here, these wooden things, are they just like they're not
Yeah.
doors yet, like
No.
that are opened up? What are they?
they're just like
Just gonna be like an alcove, so you,
Yeah.
like
Sorta
when you're fumbling for
like
the
a little
keys
veranda.
to put them in the door, you're not getting hit with the rain so much.
Oh, it's the front porch, yeah.
correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sort of helps keep the wind out and gives a little bit of shelter. So if you're all going stealth, could I get you to make a group stealth check? First roll of the day. That's a good start.
Thankfully,
Plus
there's
10, so that's
Yep.
Yeah.
32, 21,
22.
22. Wait, are you guys rolling at disadvantage? Why is
I have
mine-
disadvantage on
I
stealth
rolled-
rolls.
Oh,
I rolled with advantage because I have
okay,
boots
yeah.
of
Yep.
elven kind.
Cool.
Hey, same boots.
Yeah, me too.
Very nice.
Boot buddies.
And Sugo still a 23. All right. No worries. So you approach with caution. Make sure you keep up with Bat Damon. Make sure he's in the right place. Have you got control?
Yeah, he's just perched on my shoulder.
Cool. All right. How would you like to proceed?
So this is Sugo, and I kick open the door.
This is Sugo.
So much for these stealth rolls.
Yeah. Why were we sneaking up if you're gonna kick the door down?
Because this
Five.
is Sugo.
Yeah, I'm quite sure I even specified not even 2 minutes ago verbally to not kick the door in because that was a level 2 spell, but it's already happened now.
We
I mean, it's still
You're a
loud.
Sugo.
would we be able to say to Sugo, wait, as we see him?
Yep.
Can I thought
Could
with
we
Sugo's
convince
leg as
you?
he tries to do that?
As he's stomping up, you can take a reaction.
Wait, Sugo.
Sugo, don't
You
kick
need
the
to be
door.
stealthy,
What? Do
Stealthy.
stealth. What?
like the things in your jungle that are hard to see, that no one knows are there.
Oh. He just slowly puts his foot down.
Foot
Oh.
ready to kick the door in.
Just
like
Sugo,
mid-
Sugo
Gently
understand.
Push with your hands.
He just slowly touches the door and tries to push it open.
Knock
Um,
first.
So the
Manners.
doors are
Can't kick it, but I have to knock.
iron.
No, don't. He's an idiot. Don't say that. He's gonna take it literally. Don't say those things.
Sugo confused. What you want me to do?
knock gentle. Like this.
And Bat Damon flies up and taps on the door a couple of times.
Now they're giant wooden logs bound in iron, and it barely makes a sound.
Okay. So yeah, try to open the door.
Yeah, just try to gently push it open.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm trying to push it open.
So these doors are about 7 foot wide, and about 18 foot high. So bloody huge.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty big.
How strong is the barbarian?
the barbarian should have no issues opening the door. So you push open the door, and it creaks a little bit, but with the sound of the wind, it's kind of lost. And you push it open. Where's my reveal? All right, so peeking through, you can see a long hallway. You would need to step inside to see the full size. All right, so you all step up, and you can see quite a large entryway. You see stacks of crates and barrels and stuff. So who is that? The order that you're standing in? Belchbag in the front.
I should be at the front.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Belchbag is absolutely not the first one in.
All right, so all of you make a perception check.
With
Oof.
My first two rolls have been a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Yeah, what the hell? Belchbag is distracted by a little skittering millipede walking around on his shoulder. And Aurelian's kind of just looking at it like,
what about
gross.
Bat Damon? Does 11 from Bat Damon?
So Vradoth,
Yes.
you would still see it. You would still notice. And Sugo, you would see it. So to either side, nestled amongst the barrels. Sorry, I just need to go to a different layer. Nestled amongst the barrels, you see two giant figures asleep. You can hear their snores, their massive rumbling affairs. So they appear to have flasks or big tankards of what smells to be very pungent alcohol, and they are snoring on either side. One tucked in amongst the boxes, one sort of out in the open a little bit.
It would appear the guards have fallen asleep on watch.
If
Sugo smash.
sorry, out of character question, Ty. Do we know, like, is this where all the hill giants are? This is like their house.
Yes.
Yeah, we tracked them back here.
Were you listening at the start, Kyle?
Yeah.
Like we went through all the questions you've asked have been answered.
All good. Yes. So you followed them back after some raids to try and find out where they were returning to, and you followed them a few days on horseback. This is the hill giant stronghold. So
Is it all? I guess. Sorry, I should have. Like, what kind of building is it? Is it more like is it like this just one building?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
One giant stronghold.
Yeah. Big log cabin.
And so these figures that you can see are massive. They're probably, at a guess, like 15 to 16 foot from head to toe. And they absolutely reek. They've got big clubs beside them. The only clothing that they wear are dirty, tattered loincloths and something on their feet. Like terrible slip-on shoes made of leather or skin or hide. And they are hideously ugly. They are not good to look at.
I got a question. If you initiate combat on a sleeping thing, it, can't make any noise or anything until its turn comes around, right?
Depends what you do to them.
Stab them repeatedly in the neck until they die.
So to be a surprise round.
Yeah.
So if the Beltback just looks around and goes,
Wait, they're all asleep. And there's only one entrance. Why don't we just bar the door and burn them alive?
We
Locked
need
door.
information.
Did
Burn.
kind of need information as well.
Yeah, that's what kind of what I was asking before. Like, if we just need to stop the hill giants and they're all in a big flammable house that only has one way in or out, that sounds like a problem that's self-solving.
The thing
Well, I
is, the
was
hill
sort of
giants
thinking
about
are
that, and
the
we
hill
just-
giants are more organized than they've ever been, and
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that
like,
was
they
kind of
may
what I
not
meant.
just
we need to find
be
out who or what is assembling
this.
them and getting
Allow me
early
to
raids out.
expand on that, as I said at the start. The giants from different steadings are working together, i.e., there are frost giants allied with hill giants, allied with fire giants. So this has never happened before. They're normally
Yeah.
This might just be the hill giant thingy.
That's
We-
kind of what I phrased it badly, but that's kind of what I was getting at. I was like, do we know that all of the giants that we're dealing with are here?
Nope, you just
in
know
this,
that
in this house? But yeah, we
you
just
followed them
saw
back
some
here.
of them come back here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
what I meant.
So yeah, this is our first lead. So setting it all on fire. Whilst I like the idea, maybe we do that after we find the information. Then we fire the
Agreed.
doors and burn it down.
Belchbag
Then I'm super down with that.
disgruntledly starts putting the like jerry can of oil back into his
back
I don't
into
know,
his sack.
filth, back into his pile of filth that is him.
And Radoth's gonna say,
So-
Sugo, quietly grab that one's club. I'll grab the other ones, and we'll place them outside.
That's
Suko smash with club.
So you're thinking we put
Just
their weapons
carry it out
outside
for the
and
moment.
then try and kill them?
Plenty of time for
Yeah.
smashing.
So
that's the
Just-
Sugo wants
surprise.
smash.
just
That's the
quietly,
surprise rules, just FYI.
yeah, just quietly, you guys will need to make another stealth roll since you're discussing indoors.
Okay.
You have still got pass without a trace.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour.
Holy moly!
So 15.
Advantage with a +6, and my highest roll is a
Yeah.
9.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
Thank God for the +10.
plus 10.
yeah, clutch already. So you guys are discussing amongst yourselves, and in the middle of part of your discussion, you hear a giant and sort of just pause and look over, and one of the hill giants is just sort of like crossing his arms, getting more comfortable, and yeah, does not seem to be awake.
Can we continue this conversation somewhere not right next to sleeping giants?
Well, I'm gonna go up to this one and pick up the club and take it outside.
So this club is probably the size of you.
Yeah, I got a 16 strength.
Quite big.
Okay, so you will need to make a strength check here, if that's what you're doing.
Is that
Can
like
I,
athletics?
And I'm
Give
doing
him
the same to the guy
the-
down the bottom.
Can I give him the help action and guidance him?
Sure.
Is that athletics or just straight strength?
Yeah, athletics.
Didn't roll it. Hang on.
Kill.
Nice.
I get
Wait, how do I
advantage
make it?
from
Oh,
my
I
rope
just hit a
of climbing.
D4.
Or you can click on the pink bit. Yeah. So 20.
Thank you very much.
And Sugo?
I'm doing the same to this guy down here. What
Yep.
do you want me to roll?
Athletics.
Just strength.
Yeah,
Is athletics? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Natural 20.
nice.
Very nice.
Picked it up with one hand.
So, you do sneak up to these giant clubs, and some of them have a smattering of you don't know what on it. Belch bag, you can smell. It smells slightly like putrid, rotting meat on some.
My stomach
But
growls.
you sort of like sneakily edge the clubs out of their sleeping hands. And as you go to take them outside, make another group stealth check. Well, not group, sorry. That'll be Sugo, and that'll be you, Fredo.
15.
30.
Yep, so snoring continues. You're sort of watching them carefully as this happens.
And
And
as soon as I drop the club outside here, I prestidigitation myself to get the gunk off my hands.
no problem. So you're just sort of like cleaning it away. Yep.
If you prestidigitation Belchbag, does he just disappear?
The gunk is what holds him together.
I do not want to try that on him. I think like he wouldn't know.
You might be
himself.
horrified to find out what's left.
Beauty. Keep going.
Alrighty, so yeah, has Sugo put the club outside as well?
Yep. Yeah, so
same thing.
you've got Belchbag holding the door open. This tiny figure holding this massive door open. And you,
Alrighty, so should we like
Grand total of
gang bash one of these dudes?
He is 3'7", 37 pounds, with a strength of 8.
so
And he's
absolutely
He's also like 110 in goblin years.
so fairly ancient.
I
For-
turn to
for a
Belch.
goblin.
I turn to Belchbag and I go, now Sugo smash.
Maybe in a minute if you're good.
So you sort of crane down to whisper to this tiny, tiny little man.
I just pick him up so I can whisper in his ear.
Ah!
Well, yeah, like, because I assume at some point the alarm is going to get raised, and if we can take these two out of the equation now, while they're asleep and of basically no threat.
Yeah. I'm gonna send Zulu to just sit here, Ty, and does he see?
Okay.
down that hallway there?
I remember